Why, you might ask? Well, I've already done this process that I'm about to show you on the other crazy cart, and it took me so long. The whole reason why I did it first before filming this is so I could figure everything out, work out all the bugs, and hopefully provide the easiest, simplest way to light up the crazy cart. Mind you, I'm not an electrical engineer, I'm not a mechanic, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm sure there's gonna be stupid things I do that you'll point out, but that's the fun of watching. So we'll start off by going over the supplies that you're going to need for this project. I have 2 of these cool little lights. I have a 12-volt battery that's pretty small, a charger for the battery, the hinges that come with the lights, 2 nuts and bolts that kind of look just like this. It doesn't really matter what size you use, you'll understand during the process. Some of this thing, I don't know what you would call this, but you get it from a hardware store and it's kind of thick so it doesn't bend a lot. Some sort of black paint. This is a wiring harness for the lights. It's really not necessary, but it just makes things a lot easier. And then we have the beautiful Diode Dynamics Footwell LED kit that comes with your LEDs, the wires, and a bunch of zip ties and adhesive for fixing them. If you want more specifics on anything that I'm going to use in this video, there'll be a massive list in the description. I'll give you guys direct links and make it super, super easy. The first thing that we're going to do is build the setup in the front that you can fix the lights to. So if you look, what we have on this one is a plate that I made that goes across here to mount the headlights to. That way they're behind the bash bar, but they're still not sticking out or anything obnoxious. And we're gonna take our piece, line it up, and mark where it needs to be cut. Beautiful. Now I'll mark approximately where I want to drill the hole. So I drilled a hole with a smaller drill bit, and then now I'm switching to a bigger one that's about the same size as the bolt we're gonna use. Try not to drill into the garage floors too much. Go dump out all these shards. From the lighting setup on the other crazy cart, I found that about 3/4 of an inch from this bar is the ideal location. Then we'll draw where I want the hole on here. I think it's easier to do a pilot hole in this first. You go through the second side, make sure that you're perfectly straight and you're not going at an angle. Now I'm gonna bolt one side up, and I can use that to mark where the next hole is gonna be. Put the brackets on the lights, and we'll kind of position where we want the lights and then mark it off. Now I'm not gonna put it perfectly in the center, because if I offset it just a little bit, it'll give me more room to angle the light when it's on there. When your bar is complete, it should look something like this. We got some flat black spray paint so it'll look nice with the crazy cart. Probably sand it first, but I'm too lazy for that. I just don't have sandpaper and I don't want to go buy some. Now we'll start fixing the LED strips in place while we wait for that to dry. They come nice with adhesive so you can just put them in place before you start fixing them for good. Kit comes with nice little zip ties that we'll use around the corners where it's susceptible to come up. Now this is pretty ghetto and I'm sure there's a better way to do it. What I did on the other crazy cart is I essentially just used electrical tape to run the wire through here. It doesn't stick the best and I'm sure you could think of something better, so feel free to comment if you have an idea for a solution that I can try. So I kind of lay the tape and then pinched around the wire and then just fasten that to the actual crazy cart. I'm sure I could drill holes and use zip ties, but that would just take a lot, and I like how clean the tape looks. So I just run the wire over and then into this hole. Bend the little zip tie into a hook so it'll go through. The weather's super nice, so I'm gonna take a break from working on the crazy carts and we're gonna meet with Taylor, who's been super eager to ride lately at Oviedo Skatepark, and just have a little fun. Taylor's Miata is finally running again, and he's finally riding again.
Yay!
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 Yay! Why no?
Hey, is that a kid's helmet?
No.
I'm just kidding.
It feels small, it feels real tight. I have a big head.
All Taylor does is drift, and he doesn't go straight, so he can't go over that rail because all he does is hit corners in his 240 or Miata because he doesn't have a 240.
Ooh!
Whoa!
You gonna take that?
It's so much scarier than drifting.
You gonna take that?
I have to jump to do the thing.
Do it.
Drag your back
Hey,
up
Taylor,
it, like
do
bump
you
up
actually
it.
believe it?
What?
That biking's scary.
Way scarier
Oh,
than
that's so
drifting.
comforting.
Bro, just think of Deltona.
Alright,
Do it right now.
I just did it.
You took your feet off.
Counted.
Yo! Taylor, let's see that hop 3.
I don't want you to.
Yo, that was nice. That was nice.
That was terrible.
You're terrible.
It feels like my hands are gonna slip off the bar.
That's not good. Get some grips.
Sweaty. These are your old grips.
No, they're not.
I don't like these ones.
They're not.
ODI super soft.
Over hard, switch Smith, fakey nose, down the hubba.
Even if you do great, you get so low. Good dog.
Great.
Do you do it at 450 for the camera?
Yeah. Maybe. I mean, I could do it. Yeah.
Oh. Yo. So now comes the fun part of wiring. When you open up in here, you'll see that under this cover there are 3 12-volt batteries. And your boy LZ didn't realize that 3 12-volt batteries wired in a series makes 36 volts. So when I hooked up the LEDs to that, they got really hot. And Taylor, was that a smart idea?
That was probably not a very good idea. You shouldn't have done that.
So I got to thinking I could try to do a relay or whatever I have to do to get 12 volts out of it. Would it be a relay?
No, you need a resistor.
Okay, whatever, I'm stupid. But instead of pulling all the power away from the crazy car, which already doesn't last that long, I decided I would just get a 12-volt battery that I could just have like as an independent power source for the lights. And that battery is gonna end up going right here. The next step is to take the wires from the LEDs and then put it into these cool little connectors that they give you. Look at how pretty this plate came out, guys.
I matched with some random girl on Tinder, and she was like, "Oh my god, when did you meet Roman Atwood in Houston?" Because that's one of the pictures.
All right, so now I'm gonna put the light in, all nice like. Peep the angle, since when we're drifting, we're obviously going sideways and not straight. Remove the seat. Get rid of this thing, because I'm not gonna use it. Now I'll start dismantling this thing. In case you're wondering what the front end looks like, it's pretty cool. Oh, you want to eat wire? I feed wire through you. I go through hole number 2. Put these pretty little connectors on. Now the wiring harness they give you is super long, so I just cut this part off right here. Zip ties are a man's best friend. I have the wires running down here, down here, down here, down here, and then through this hole. Taylor just noticed a spider web that proves how often I drive the 240.
Oh, he's agitated, bro.
Comment below if you know what type of spider this is.
You need this from the other side. He's got a furry back. Oh man, he is creepy.
All right, Taylor, show me how to kill a spider. Is he dead?
I don't know. I hope so.
After jumbling through this mess of wires, it is the moment of truth. We have light! Taylor!
It works!
Hooray! We're done, kinda.
Are you done?
Kinda. So look at this big mess of wires, right? I would try to explain it and point my finger, but that's not gonna do you any good. So I'm gonna hand draw a little diagram of what wire goes to what just to make it easier to understand. I tried to draw it to the best of my extent. The one important thing that I always mess up is that the LEDs have to go through to the switch, and you wanna wire them in with the white wire coming from the relay, because the positive wire is gonna go straight to the battery, and if the LEDs are wired up with that positive wire, they will always be on. Screenshot this, it will help you. Gonna move the wires out of the way to get the battery in there. The only thing really left to do is to mount the switch, but I don't have the proper, what do you call it, Taylor?
Hole saw.
Hole saw to do it. So I'm just gonna leave it here for now. This piece won't fit anymore because of the battery, so you just don't use it. These don't have threads close enough, so they're not gonna work, the ones that came with it. So use something more like this. It is literally 1:45 a.m. Taylor just finished wiring his gauges in the Miata. I just finished the Crazy Cart LEDs, and we have to get some footage.
Have to. We gotta ride them.
I know. So here is
footage. We need to ride them, Adam.
I know, but it's late and I feel
It's
bad.
fine.
And
We're doing it. We're doing it.
Okay.
The chain fell off.
Tomorrow we're both going drifting. Frankenslide, gonna be sick. Taylor finally has his car back.
I know. I've got still got 10 more things to do, and I have no time.
Rip a mean squealy when you leave, dog.
It's not. My car's not warmed up. You know, I gotta let it warm up.
And we're in a residential area.
Yes, this is a neighborhood. Don't race in neighborhoods, kids.
Truth. Later. If for some reason you happen to have the same odd obsession and want to do what we did with the crazy cars, I'll have the links all in the description of the exact stuff that we use, the headlights, the batteries, etc., so you know that it works and everything's smooth. I'm sure putting the lights on the crazy cars avoids some sort of warranty, like drilling into them and everything, and I doubt that even like 1% of you guys are gonna end up doing it, but I thought it might be cool to kind of document the process. It's a fun thing to do. You can apply it to pretty much anything. Every video has been super different lately, and I like it. I hope you do too. Later.
When you said